All right, we will call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on claims in the amount of $583,633.10.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on operators licenses for Devon Dernovsek and Tina Hayes. Devon, perhaps?
Is there a period of time,
For
Allison?
the period of December 8th, 2020 to June 30th, 2022, to be issued contingent upon successful completion of a background check and payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Discussion.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on a secondhand article dealer secondhand jewelry licenses for Kudos at 809 Dominion Drive, Suite 170.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion
For the
second.
period of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on the hire of Jessica Konecki as part-time receptionist account clerk.
So if you remember, we used to have a full-time, basically admin assistant position on the third floor for community development, building inspections, kind of public works, not necessarily as much public works, but some public works as well. But when when that employee resigned and left, we didn't fill it right away. That was in, I believe July. So we're in the middle of COVID. City Hall was open, closed, how that went. And we really weren't allowing, just because of our staffing levels, public into the third floor anyways. So we didn't fill it right away. We wanted to take the time to take a look at what our... Brian, do you want to mute that one? There we go. So we wanted to take a kind of a better look at what our staffing needs really were. And so after taking a look at what we really needed moving forward, it was determined that we did not need to have a full-time position, and we could fill this with a part-time position, probably 24 hours a week. And so what this position is then is it's going to basically work the main front desk in the second floor, and which will give us somebody always there. So we already have one part-time person working on that desk. This will give us two part-timers. There'll be probably about 2 hours of overlap a day between the part-timers. And so they will not only do kind of their usual front desk sort of things, assisting people as they come into City Hall, things like that, but they'll also be handling, as the other position was, the scheduling of building inspections, working with community development on mailings and things that they need to deal with. So there'll be, instead of kind of two focused positions, one on second floor, one on third floor, we're going to have two part-time positions that are going to cover everything basically in City Hall. Not only do we think it's going to be more efficient, but it also does save us that expense of a full-time position with benefits and things like that when really it's not necessary. So we went through interview and advertising process, or advertising and interview process, and this is the staff's recommendation for the hire.
Move to approve.
Well, I'll second. Since she's already started, I think that we probably should approve her employment.
Just today.
No, I met her today, and she seems like she's a good fit for the position and well qualified.
All right, we got a motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on the bid from Fiber Group LLC in the amount of $58,320 for the Burton Park synthetic playground surface.
Good evening, Finance Committee. Mike Moraz, Director of Public Works. On November 19th, 2020, we held a public bid opening. We got 3 bids. Low bid was Softline Solutions in the amount of $55,890. However, having said that, they did not supply the necessary documentation in the spec, and they failed to meet one of the specifications for flammability. So because of that, staff is recommending the next lowest bid, which was the 5R Group LLC, in the stated amount of $58,320. The funding for this project would come from the capital improvement plan, the 1920 bonding cycle. We had allocated $30,000 for the playground surface with some other miscellaneous items in that park improvements. We have a total of $72,350 to cover the cost. So staff is recommending approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Say, Mike, are you in the garage or what?
I'm out in the shed.
You're looking a little cold there, but I see you got a picture of a fireplace behind you, but it's not lit.
It's keep me warm. That's all I got.
All right. Stay warm, buddy. Discussion possible action on emergency siren control system.
Honorable Mayor, Finance Committee, our sirens have not been working for several months. We've had them looked at several times. Our software program that operates turning them on and off with the county is very outdated, and it can't be fixed or repaired. They're not supporting it at all. My two predecessors both had tried getting this replaced, and now that's just at the point where it needs to be. And so we're looking at replacing it, moving the equipment up to the fire station. We already have installed a new antenna up there and having all the equipment up there, so we could actually operate it from up there also and manage it, which would be probably a little bit better location for the long run. You see the bids, one's for the equipment and one's for the install. Also in the packet, you can see who else uses the federal. They're kind of the, what basically everyone in Western Wisconsin uses, all of our neighbors and that, so they're supposed to be a good reputable system. So we're recommending the $50,000 to $770 to do the replacement. Any questions?
Anybody?
I'll move we approve. I can tell you firsthand that this last test, at least two of them did not work. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, we've had them, I'm sorry, we had them out to try to do some repairs. It's not repairable at this point. So, and this is, so it's all a communication system. So even if we upgrade later on, we have to move the one from the old fire station. We can still use this equipment and just put a new siren head on it, so.
I think Bill did, didn't he?
All right, I missed, who made the motion?
Me.
Bill? Oh, you did? Okay. So we got a motion. All right, we've got a motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on the police union agreements is presented.
I can take this one. So with the staff, the mayor, and Randy, the chair of the Public Safety Committee, we had negotiations with our two union groups, police officers. They were fairly smooth. There's always going to be some back and forth and some things like that. But, you know, to be honest, I think from the city side, we wanted to present a very fair contract up front. We wanted to let our officers know that it's been a difficult year for them. And we recognize that for a number of reasons. And that we appreciate what they do, and that they do a great job for us and our citizens. And so with that, like I said, the negotiations were really smooth, but it did come down to really on both sides, the idea that there's a lot of unknowns still with the economy and COVID and things like that. So a one-year deal was agreed upon, with that way that, you know, if the economy comes back next year and things get back to normal with COVID, which we all hope it will, that we can then look at negotiating a longer-term contract with both sides really having a better handle on how the city will be doing financially, you know, where we're at with our economy, things like that. So it is only a one-year contract, but you know, that was done on purpose, I think, for the benefit of both parties. So like I said, with that, unless the mayor or Randy have any comment as far as that process, we would definitely recommend approval. And again, just stressing to our officers, we have appreciated that it's been a tough year, and we really appreciate what they do for the city.
Yep, thanks, Aaron. I've got nothing. Randy, anything?
Nothing.
All right.
I'll move we
Move
approve.
to approve?
We got a motion second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on purchasing 2 new squad cars for 2021. Chief?
Good evening. We generally get 2 new squad cars every year. Generally, we replace at least 1, sometimes 2, depending on the age of the fleet. This year, we're requesting a purchase of 2 to get rid of 1. We'd be replacing the K9 vehicle, essentially, that's got 94,000 miles on it. It allows us to grow our fleet by 1 and allows us to replace a aging squad that's starting to cost us a lot of money in maintenance. The state contract, and I know it's hard to read, so I apologize for that, but the state contract for a base vehicle is $31,964. That's without the options specified options that we'd like. You add in those options and the total price per vehicle under the state contract comes to $36,567 per vehicle. I took that to Hudson Ford, or I took the specifications to Hudson Ford. They came in with the same specifications for the same type vehicle. The 3.3 liter V6 gas is the one I'm talking about, even though there is a hybrid option on there, which we might consider at later times. But this year I'm looking at the standard gas V6, and that came in from Hudson Ford at $30,000 per vehicle, so obviously over $6,500 per vehicle savings. So I would ask that we be approved to purchase the vehicles from Hudson Ford.
Are we down any vehicles, Jeff?
Currently, we're only down 1, but that should be back in service here pretty quick.
What's our oldest fleet number, or what's the year of the oldest car?
2013, and that's the one that we'd be replacing.
What you want?
Move to approve?
Yes.
Second?
You all done? Got a motion second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
Thank you.
Can I see your agenda? I just lost my agenda on my laptop here. Discussion possible action on purchasing, that's it. Discussion possible action on U.S. bank proposal for services.
That's exactly what it's like.
Brian, another mute.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor and Council. We have been exploring banking options and services and fees to help streamline our processes and save the state some money. As we started looking at this, we're presented with a great option with U.S. Bank, who actually has the state contract. So therefore, they qualify to cover the bid process. And as outlined from what they sent us, we'd be saving about $1,000 a month in banking fees. Plus, they have purchase cards, they have controls that we've been looking at implementing, as well as everything else we currently have. So we're asking for council to accept the U.S. Bank proposal and switch our banking.
Where have we've been at Associated for many years, is that the case? Allison? Or anybody?
Correct. Correct.
It's a cost-saving measure, is that it, or we've had some issues?
I would say it's a combination.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, do we have a motion?
Move to approve?
Second?
Motion second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. I've got nothing. Anybody?
No.
Move to
Okay.
adjourn?
Second?
Motion second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.